Yes. United in the Europa League. Europa League. Let me tell them one time, and we say Europa League. Europa.
What's going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to United View. Welcome back to another edition of the Morning View. We had to play that intro because, of course, it is final day today. Yes, tonight.
It's time.
It is the Europa League final. It is time. Joe Blackman.
Time.
I didn't even know you had that. Time. Yes.
I'm ready.
It is time.
Ready.
We're ready. Ooh, it is. I mean, what time's kickoff? Kickoff is 8 o'clock, so we're less than 12 hours. 11 hours to go until kickoff in Bilbao. And we are ready. We've got plenty to discuss this morning. We are going to be talking about the Europa League final. We are going to be talking about some transfer news. We are going to be talking about how everyone hates us as well, because I've got some stuff I want to get off my chest. Yeah, that's what I want to get off my chest. But good morning, Joe Blackman, on the Morning View for the first time. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm feeling excited, bro. I don't know about you. Yeah, I don't know why everybody's so nervous. Everybody seems like they're a bag of nerves this morning. I'm very confident in our team. And what was the song? Someone wrote some lyrics in here. He said, where did he go? He said, I'm so excited. Oh, yeah, I just can't hide it. I'm about to see win from United. That's how I feel, bro. I feel like dancing in the streets, bro. I want to dance in the streets today. Are you not ready? Are you not ready? Owen?
I'm ready.
You look nervous. Looking in your face, you look nervous to me.
I'm not nervous. I mean, usually on a match day at this time, I don't really get that nervous. When I was saying before we went live, when players get out on the pitch, the music starts playing a little bit, then maybe that's when it will start to get in. But no, not yet. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited, like the songs were saying. And we've got a big show this morning. We've got a big show. I can already see so many people in the chat as well. I can see, I tell you what, we've got loads of people already through the door. We've got over 300 people through the door. Let's get to a quick 100 likes if we haven't already. And see if we can get to 500 this morning on Jay Blackman's morning debut. I mean, you got to.
Debut. Come on, people. Let's get up for the show.
Exactly.
It's your morning shot of OJ. It's your morning shot of OJ.
There you go.
Hey,
but it's actually like Joe, isn't it? It's just, but it works. It still works. It still works.
OJ.
Exactly.
Yeah?
OJ in the morning. Amanol, the first super chat, says, "Believe Africa, Bilbao, Maguire with the winner." I've got believe. Yeah.
Believe.
Yeah, we got that one. Yeah. Believe. That's what it's going to be. Yeah, not OJ Simpson for obvious reasons. Court star. I mean, you know what I mean. Don't want
that
OJ,
kind of bro.
Yeah, not that kind of sort of morning. Not kind of morning OJ. There's not going to be sort of Bronco chases going on this morning. That's no, it's not.
We're
really.
not doing that. The glove didn't fit, Owen. We're not going there.
No, exactly. So it's it's fine. We'll move on. It's fine. It's no problem. But yes, is the Europa League final today. As I said, kickoff is in about 11 hours' time in Bilbao. Reminder, if you haven't seen it already, Flex is in Bilbao. He was at the stadium yesterday for the press conference. So if you haven't checked out that video, be sure to check it out. I'm sure we'll be getting more stuff from him today. I think we might, or the hope is to have a preview with Abby as well. That's going to be going up later on today. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Every time you speak, it sounds like nerves. It's not.
Can't
wait.
I'm not nervous. I'm going to be buying a £500 WWE Manchester United Championship tonight. Yeah, that's happening.
I want to see that. Make sure. I want to. I'll be there. So I want to see you do it live.
Yeah,
so I can't wait.
Live. When the money will disappear.
With that one, though. You got to come. To the studio.
Yeah, I'll have it. I mean, it takes a while to get sent out. But I mean, it will happen. I'll have it probably by June. I'll have it, which is exciting. Guy says, Joe, sing it. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur.
1 second. I have a button for that.
Shut up.
Yeah. Guy.
That's what you get.
I
know who Guy's first fan, by the way, just in case you don't know. He was on
I gathered. Well, Guy, I would just say.
Now go home and smoke some more crack.
There you go. I'm not having that. Tabrez, been a member for 50 months, says, going into a 4-hour work meeting, so going to miss the stream. Come on, United. Heritage will kick in. Maguire will win the Europa League for us. Let's go. It's a 4-hour meeting, Tabrez. That's nasty work. That is nasty work. Don't
How
like
do you
that.
want me to have a 4-hour meeting?
4-hour meeting.
What do you need to discuss for 4 hours?
Yeah, 4-hour meeting. Yeah, that is nasty. I wanted to talk about this actually before we even get into anything. I wanted to talk about this because I want to get something off my chest. Okay, this morning. Now it's final day, and Manchester United are in a final. Therefore, what do we need, and what are people doing? What are journalists doing? They're talking shit about Manchester United. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Henry Winter. Henry Winter, right? And I usually like Henry Winter, one of the good ones. You know, he's very fair. You know, he did do the interview with Marcus Rashford last year and all that. Yeah, but okay. Usually,
Why you like him then? Why do you like him?
Because usually, sometimes he's fair when it comes to sort of the criticism of Man United. I even thought he was like maybe a Man United fan, but this morning he decided for some reason to take a swipe at the Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes on the day of the Europa League final. He put this out. Get it up on the screen right there. Henry Winter. He said, Bruno Fernandes is very good, a beacon of hope in dark times, but he's not a Manchester United great. He'd make the bench of Sir Alex Ferguson's great sides. Now, criminal behavior indeed. If you just go to like the comments, look, Henry, you're better than this on the day of a final, surely. You picked the perfect day to post this. This is incredibly disappointing from you, Henry, to do this on the morning of a final, a European final, no less. This is absolutely garbage, Henry. Shame on you. I'm a Liverpool supporter, and this is so wrong. Fernandes is definitely Man United great. Without it, they'd be in the Championship. Was this a hit piece? Was it really necessary on the day of the final? So there's outrage. There's outrage about this.
You know what? There's outrage. I think
outrage.
It sounds a lot more like it's because people are upset at the fact that he's done it the time he's chosen to do it. It's not a lot of people disagreeing with him there, by the way. Only like one or two that said he is a great, without us we'd be in the Championship. But there's quite a few people that are saying that you chose the wrong time to say this. Because do you think he's a great Owen?
I think when his career is said and done, I think it's difficult because I don't think you can judge him on trophies because I don't think you can compare him to other Manchester United greats because it's a different time. So we'll look at other people. We'll go, Eric Cantona. We'll look at Paul Scholes, Wayne Rooney, etc., etc. I'll be like, oh, Manchester United greats because they've won Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues. But has Bruno Fernandes ever been in a Manchester United team that's been capable of winning a Premier League or a Champions League? Probably not. So you have to judge his contributions differently. And during his time, if you were going to talk about trophies, he has won an FA Cup. He has won a Carabao Cup, not as big. But I think when his career said and done at Man United, I think potentially, and maybe it depends what happens this evening, but, maybe by the end of his career, if he stays his whole career at Manchester United, he might be getting close to major trophies at the club. And maybe that will be what it is. But I think he'll go down as a Man United great. I think so. I think
he's already building that case for himself. I mean, the fact that he divides the fan base to such a degree is crazy to me because without his contributions, I don't even want to think of where we'd be. You know what I mean? His attitude on the pitch sometimes is what carries us through matches. Yeah, and I know people complain about him moaning and throwing his arms around and being a bit of a stroppy kid and that, but without Bruno Fernandes, this team would be 50% worse. 50%. His contribution is that much of a factor in the way we play. And if you can't see that, that's why he has to go down as a great for me, no matter what he does with the rest of his career. Because without him, we would be cannon fodder, 100%.
Yeah, and you know what? And people are right there in the chat. Is we almost have to be careful for falling into the debate because that's really what Henry Winter wants there. And it just goes to show on the day of the final, and this was KG's point, and he's so true. He's so right with this, and it is so true that there are all of these journalists. They've already got the articles written tonight. It's already all their hit pieces. They're already written. They're in draft right now. Don't be like, oh, what happens if when we lose the match and then they'll be typing away. They've already been written, right? They've already been written. Look at this. How many days has Henry Winter been writing this? He goes, I tell you what, on the day of the final, I'm going to say that Manchester United's best player this season, without his contributions, legitimately, we'd be in a relegation fight, yeah? Without his contribution, we'd be in a relegation fight. I'm going to say, it's not great though, is he? I'm just going to say he's not great today. Of all days. I'm just going to put that out there. He's not actually a great today. Of all days. Of all days.
And
So,
you know what, you're right as well. I fell into the trap of starting to debate the actual question. My fault. I'm easily trapped like that anyway. You know, everybody knows I've got a short fuse. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I would go, what are you talking about? And then we started debating just like yesterday about things we shouldn't really be talking about.
yeah, exactly. I mean, to be fair, also, actually, while you're here, Joe, this is everything. Do you want to take back what you said on the red carpet on Monday about the trophy is actually more important to Spurs, and this Europa League final is more important to Spurs than it is to Man United?
I was just being, at the other side of the argument, Owen. Yeah, I was just playing devil's advocate. Yeah, so I was like, what if it is? If it be, and then you answered the question and you proved me wrong. It can't. You answered my question. It's not even proving me wrong. You answered my question. I put it out there, and you shut me down quickly, and I agree. Manchester United definitely need this more. It means so much to us, to be fair. There's no way we can walk away without it. Them man are going to be crying because they're going to be in that same situation again for another, 12 years. Try with someone else. With Manchester United in the final, bro, it's not happening. Yeah? So, glory, Man United.
That was a nice backtrack. Terrence says, probably going to be the only United fan, but I'm going to back Højlund tonight. Yes, we need a better striker, but I'm sure he'll show up and he might even score. What's the possibilities of Højlund scoring, do you think, this evening? Have you got faith that he's going to score goals?
50-50, bro. I'm right now, anything, it's a final. It's a final. Yeah, it's a final. Everybody's going to be hungry. Everybody might actually do the right thing tonight. And, maybe, when there's selfish players, usually, I don't think it's going to be happening tonight. Everybody's going to be on job, trying to do it right. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't want to see no scrubs doing up individual performance behavior. Just do the Lord's work. Find your man. Pass the ball correctly. No inconsistencies tonight, bro. The inconsistency needs to be your inconsistency tonight. Yeah, I don't want to see none of them. Please, I'm begging.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Outstanding performance. Yeah, outstanding. That's how we got to go into this game. Højlund, it's going to look like he should have scored 4. It's going to look like he should have scored 4 tonight. Yeah, Xerxes comes on, scores the winner. Oh,
jeez. So Onana's going to have a good performance. Onana's going to play well. Outstanding performance.
To the point where it was like, why didn't he do that all season? That's what everybody tonight is going to have an outstanding performance.
I mean, I like it. I just rather Onana doesn't have anything to do. You know what I mean? I just don't want to, I don't even want to talk about it.
Outstanding.
Yes, that would be outstanding. But to be fair, last time Onana was in a final, yes, he lost the game, but we bought him almost based off that final, near enough, So maybe that's what he just needs. He needs to play in big European finals, and it's going to be fine. As far as Højlund tonight, we were chatting yesterday about it, KG and myself going, will Højlund start? Because, of course, Xerxes on the plane. He's with the travelling squad. He is fit to play. I think Højlund will start. I think I did see Ruben Amorim was kind of sort of saying, well, they've had limited minutes, but they're ready to help if they can. I think Xerxes will probably start on the bench, might come on in the second half, depending on what happens. But with Højlund, my hope is just that his performance against Chelsea last Friday, surely it can't get any lower, because he was awful in that game. He was so bad. He couldn't even hold up the ball. One of them, he was turning like Titanic when he was turning around. Like, honestly, it was that slow. It was doing the wrong.
When you say you got to get it out of your system, yeah, he's got it out of his system now. That's what it was. That's what you got to think. Don't worry about the fact that he had a stinker last game. We all know what the Premiership means to us. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, it means nothing to us. They have drained the feeling out of the Premiership for good, for this season at least. Yeah, so let them make all their stinkers, get all the howlers out of their game. For the finals. Owen, what did I say? Outstanding. He's going to be out. Everybody's going to be outstanding.
Outstanding is what it's going to be.
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Yeah. I can't
Outstanding.
wait for my match review. I'm going to be like outstanding everywhere. Everybody gets an outstanding.
Outstanding.
Mm.
Yeah, it's going to be outstanding. Guy says, I'm the crackhead Spurs fan. Sing it. And Uncle says, falling into the trap. Wrong day to discuss. Yes, well, we nearly did fall into the trap. But I did just want to say that Harry Winter is a disgrace. And actually, maybe that's a good example, guys, of what we need to not do today. There's going to be a lot of baiting out there, a lot of journalists, trying to put things out there, trying to get us riled up. Need to ignore it, ignore all of it, and stick together. And if you want another example of just how much we are hated, this is from The Athletic as well. This is quite something. So The Athletic,
like us.
The Athletic are okay, but this is actually how much we're hated by fans of opposition clubs, right? So The Athletic asked fans of the other 18 Premier League clubs who they would want to win tonight out of Spurs and Manchester United, right? And on the screen right there, we can see that the majority of opposition clubs would prefer Spurs to win. We only are better with Arsenal, because of course, Spurs, West Ham, because of Spurs, even Chelsea, their big rivals with Spurs. It's pretty close. It's just about. My question is, what do we do to Everton? What do we do to Wolves? Of all the people they ask,
bro.
Yeah,
they don't like us. And Wolves were taking their player, innit? They hate us, bro. Jesus, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 95% with Wolves.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. But you know what,
look
though?
at Newcastle. They're trying to continue that. Yeah.
That's the thing, though. That's why we have the slogan, innit? Hated, adored, never ignored. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's the truth. We've been this way for years. Nobody, when we get anywhere, whoever wants us to win, we know the whole country hates us. Like on a daily basis, the tabloids try to find something to write about Manchester United. People will just say something about Manchester United just so they know they're going to get views. Yeah? It could be a whole Chelsea channel. Mention Manchester United, you get views. Yeah? This is what happens. Nobody wants to see us do well. It's because of the dominance that we've had for so many years. People are enjoying our downfall. And, it doesn't help that we're called the Devils. So people don't like us. Yeah, we're not liked, bro. And that's always been a thing that we've had to be used to. Hey,
yeah,
I'm used to it.
But that will make it even more sweet, though. This is the other part. Yeah, that will make it even more sweet this evening when we win and get into the Champions League. The ultimate scumbaggery, finishing 16th or maybe even 17th, because we're probably going to lose this weekend against Aston Villa. Yeah, and get into the Champions League. Like KG was so right with this yesterday too. Can you imagine this weekend, final day of the Premier League season? You've got these clubs like Chelsea, City, Forest, Newcastle, all going for the Champions League spots. And they're like, they're checking on the other scores. They're making sure, are we going to get in the top 5? Are we going to do that? And then there's us in 16th or 17th, losing against Aston Villa, losing 4-0 down, going, see you next season, mate. Same competition. I wonder where you can.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Look, we're coming through the back door. People didn't want. Listen, I can't believe you see that graph that you just put up as well, right? About how many teams hate us and whatever. The fact that you can find Arsenal fans in that demographic, graphic, that actually are supporting Tottenham, just shows you how much the hate is real. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
That shows you how much the hate is real. Yeah. I can't wait for tonight, bro. Just make sure you're ready. Make sure you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Show says, no need for Armageddon or Independence Day. Build up, win the game, and get the £100 million so we can buy players. Don't care about the trophy. Well, this was another interesting thing too, where people were saying that they didn't care about the trophy, and Cage was like, no, I care about trophies. Flex last night, he was like, no, it's about the money. The money's the important thing. And even to the extent, actually we get that £100 million and we lose it pretty much straight away because we've lost so much money this year. Actually, we're going to announce sort of massive losses. What is more important? Is it lifting the trophy, or is it really the effect that it will have for next season of getting in the Champions League, the players we can go after, maybe go in for Gyökeres in addition to Delap? Is that the more important thing, do you think?
I think that is the greater benefit, but I don't think it's the more important thing, because you see that feeling as well that the players will get for achieving that. You know, when we say we know how to win finals, yeah, some of these guys don't. Yeah, and that's why it's important for us to actually get to the finals, win it, make sure that that DNA is still stitched all the way through the team. That when we get to important situations, they don't fold. You know, we don't become Tottenham's or Spurs. I mean, Tottenham or Arsenal. You know what I mean? We need to be that consistent team that when we reach a final, people fear us, and that's what we have been doing. That's why people are saying that we're not the underdogs, even though we've lost so many times to them this season. We're still not the underdogs to lose the final. Yeah. And there's a reason for that. And that's the thing I find that is going to be more important as well, instilling that DNA throughout the whole team to make sure it carries through to next season. So hopefully that they can say that, you know what, every single game, this kind of performance is needed. And, you know, Ruben Amorim, he can then hopefully know that he can get the best out of this team when it counts. And make it translate to next season. That's all you can hope for, isn't it? Because we all know he's got a short period of time, so let it work. Let it work. I hope tonight goes well. Just do it. Just do the damn thing, man.
Now you sound nervous. Now you sound nervous.
You're making me nervous. You're making me nervous. You're making me nervous.
No, you're right. You're right. I think it's one of those ones where, look, both are important, obviously. Yes, probably the greater importance is what it means for next season with the finances and being in the Champions League and the money that comes with it. But also, you're right. There is something to be said about being a team that reaches finals, wins trophies. And you're right. I mean, if you were to look at it logically this evening, you would go, well, Spurs have played Man United 3 times this season. They've beat them all 3 times. Man United would be the underdogs. But we're not the underdogs because it's a European final and because it's Spurs. So that goes to show that actually
United. And because we're Manchester United.
Yeah. Exactly. And it goes to show that, so actually, winning trophies, that currency, and we've won trophies in recent seasons too, that does matter. That does matter. So, yeah, I think, again, both have an equal importance. And also, it does buy Ruben more time. And having, you know, you can point out to other managers and go, look, Ruben Amorim's already got a trophy. This manager hasn't got a trophy. That one hasn't got a trophy. So those things do count, because when the pressure will be on, because inevitably at some point next season, the pressure will be on Ruben Amorim, because, again, I don't know, we're not going to go to winning the league or anything like that. So there'll be a point where a few games, you know, it's not some good results, what have you. You can always hold on to that trophy and be like, well, he already did this, you know, he already did this. So that's something to hold on to. Like, it's important.
I don't even want that. I don't even want that. The funny thing is the only reason I want that is for other teams. Like, you know, the Arsenals of this world that keep on running their mouth about, yeah, we finished second, we're better than you, but you still don't win nothing. Yeah, let's face it. At the end of the day, football's all about getting trophies. That is one thing that KG does say, right? Football, we wouldn't have these trophies. We wouldn't have a display cabinet if it wasn't all about winning trophies. Yeah. So being as decorated as possible does help. And if we're as crap as we've been in the season, if we come out with a trophy and entering into the UEFA League, into the Champions League, you have bragging rights over all the teams that finished above you that didn't win a trophy. Everybody else, you're trash compared to us, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, because guess what? We still won something. What have you won? First, second, third. Okay, you won. I got into a Champions League trophy. It's not a trophy. We have an actual trophy. Yeah. So it does help that. But other than that, yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Sati says, no one can defeat us today by the grace of God. Garbacho Yamal is coming. Onana Inter will show up. Højlund is the man today. Tottenham have lost already. Well, actually, speaking of goalkeepers, because there's been the story the last couple of days talking about how Manchester United are interested in Emi Martinez. This is quite an interesting one. So this came from TalkSport, and it's come from actually a few other places too. I saw Ben Jacobs wrote about it, saying that Manchester United are showing interest in Aston Villa goalkeeper Emi Martinez. Any move would depend on United's managing to offload Andre Onana for a fee. Aston Villa reportedly have put a 40 million price tag on Martinez. Of course, he is under contract. He only signed a new one last year. But as you can see there, he was crying. He was crying. I forgot. He was like this. When the full-time whistle went at Villa Park the other day. everyone was like, what's he crying for? Well, it looks like he might be on his way out. There's been rumors of possibly Barcelona putting bids in. There have been rumors of him possibly going to Saudi. Villa will need to sell, depending on what happens with the Champions League, because their wages are totally out of control. They spend like 95% of their turnover on their wages. It is nuts. So Martinez, it's mad. So Martinez might be one of those people that they get rid of. Would you have Emi Martinez at United instead of Andre Onana?
At this point, it's hard to. Of course, yes. Who wouldn't? Yeah. Anybody that's better than Onana, you're gonna say yes to, innit? Let's just face it. He's a World Cup winner, and he's a really, really good goalkeeper. 40 mil, that's not even bad. Do you know what I mean? How much did we pay for Onana?
It was close to 50, wasn't it? It was around 50. I mean, some say, well, Emi Martinez, I think he's 32. I think he's 32 years old. But for a goalkeeper, to be fair, that's nothing. Yeah, that's nothing.
Run up and down the pitch. As long as he can get down and save the ball, and he looks better than Onana, bro. I don't care. Let them play. Goalkeepers are not like gonna be running out there and getting sprains and injuries like that. Let him stay in the goal and save the ball. The older they get, the more experience they have. Yeah, simple.
It's true. Yeah, it's very true. I mean, you look at Edwin van der Sar, we signed him when he was 36, and he had the best years of his career until he was 40, 41, and then he retired. I mean, they were even trying to convince him to stay an extra year because he was doing that great at Manchester United. That's not to say that Emi Martinez is going to be Edwin van der Sar or anything like that. But, I wouldn't be against it. I don't... That's just something, I'm not sure if I see it happening. I still wouldn't be shocked if he ends up going to Barca or he goes to Saudi or something like that.
There has to be a reason why he was already crying. And it's not because we were in. Do you know what I mean? That's got to be the true story there. It's not because we're in from why he's crying. At the end of the day, he's
maybe
been
it was
tapped up by someone.
Maybe it was. You want to go Man United? Literally, when I'll go Man United. His fingers were like that at Villa Park. Don't make me go. Don't make me go.
They've already paid.
Yeah, exactly. We need the money. But I don't know. I think he probably ends up going Spain or Saudi or something like that, to be honest with you. But does it maybe show at least the intent that Ruben Amorim, because James was saying this on Monday on the red carpet, he was like, Ruben Amorim wants a goalkeeper. He wants a goalkeeper, and they're going to try and get it. Is that a priority? How high of a priority is that for you this summer?
I'm not being funny, Owen, but it's like after a striker, you need a goalkeeper. That's how important it is for me. It's like top and bottom. That's literally the worst positions we have on our pitch. Is it not? It's the worst players we have on the pitch is the striker and the goalkeeper. So why not fix those immediately?
Well, this is what was being said on Monday, wasn't it? I think this was KG's point. Well, when we were talking about Crystal Palace winning the FA Cup, basically the rationale for Oliver Glasner doing well at Palace that I got from people was, but they have a goalkeeper that saved the penalty, kept him in the game, did very well in Dean Henderson, and they've also got a striker, Mateta, who's really good at what he does, who can actually hold up the ball. Look at their goal that they score. It's great hold-up play from Mateta. That makes a difference. So maybe it is that much of a priority.
It is a very. I wouldn't have thought so, because of how recently he came in, but because of how much of a stinker he has put out for the last 2 years, you can't do this. We can't do it anymore. You just can't do it.
No,
it's got to go, blood. It's got to go. Yeah,
I've got that one as well.
He has to go, blood. He has to go, blood.
He has to. He has to. No, in all honesty, I think he's made his situation worse. When you've made it a priority now, because of how bad you are. You know what I mean? Liverpool got rid of Karius, only having him for a season or so. You know what I mean? They saw his inconsistencies and got rid. So why should we sit here with a goalkeeper that's actually hindering us when we score goals? We can put a goal in the back of the net, but then we're scared every single time that the fact that we're scared. That even when the ball comes from from outside the box, long shot, that you're not confident that he's going to get there. You're not. No one ever is. It's always a 50-50. Every shot on the goal can't be a 50-50. Not every shot. Yeah. So for me, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, with Liverpool and Karius, they played in a Champions League final, and he made mistakes. He never played for him again. literally didn't play for him ever again. And you feel like even if that was reversed, we'd be going, yeah, but he got to the Champions League final, maybe. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
No, I'm not doing it.
Christian says, if we win the cup, 17th will be the new norm for United. I don't think it will, by the way. Again, this idea or this narrative that actually it'd be a good thing if we don't win tonight, not being in the Champions League for a season is going to be a good thing. Not being in Europe is going to be a good thing. Like I've said before, we don't have the right to pick and choose when we want to go in and out of European football. We don't. And if you,
what's this thing about any form of losing, Owen? What is this thing about any form of losing being good for us? Like, since when has losing been? Oh, it should be good for you to learn this. Oh, I'll learn by winning. Thank you. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that was Marcel's thing. It's fine. Remember that? It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to learn by losing. Yeah, I can learn by winning. Yeah, can we not learn the right way? That's like failing forward. Why should we fail forward? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, literally. And Marcel, look, he's going to be on the match for you tonight. I don't know. I work from home, that says, but today is the one day I need to go into London for training. I'm sneaking out early. It has to be done. It does have to be done. Yes, we're going to train. I'd have called in sick. Giovanni says, we will win or scorch earth starting with KG. Yeah, we will win tonight. We're not even having, like we said, we're not even acknowledging the possibility. Losing, it's not even an option. Like we were saying last night, people are talking about that door, the losing door. I'm not even acknowledging that the losing door exists. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Even know the door was there. There's a door.
No, it's not there. It's not there. It's like one of those doors.
I sealed it up, bro. I sealed it up. You know when if you go to push the door, it doesn't open. Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's one of those ones.
I bricked over it. Door gone.
Yeah. It doesn't even exist. Not a chance. We've got over 1,000 people watching here right now. Let's see if we can get to 500 likes. We're currently at 366 likes. See if we can get to 500 on Europa League final day, no less. So if you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well. Christian, once again, comes back. He was the one saying if we win, 17th would be the new norm. He says, what did we learn after the FA Cup win? I think this actually proves Joe's point when he was saying you can learn by winning. We won the FA Cup last season, and what we learned, and I will do this myself when we win tonight, I will celebrate this evening. I'll be happy with this evening. I'll be overjoyed with this evening. But in like a week's time, I am not going to be pretending that everything's okay. And I'm not going to be pretending that this is papered over the cracks, and actually it was just an off season or it was just a bad season. This is the best example of winning and learning by winning. Because last season, we learned that just because you've won a cup, that does not mean, all right, we don't have to actually do that much. This could be fine next year. No, there will still be a lot of work to do. Make no mistake. This doesn't paper over the cracks, and that's what we've learned, isn't it, Jay?
For me, yeah, I'm always get excited, innit? Yeah. But it's like you said, from the FA Cup final and the whole, whose name I'm not supposed to mention, saga, it's taught me not to put all your eggs in one basket as well. Do you know what I mean? Because when you do get so excited, you do ignore the bad things. Because that's what I told you guys. Like I said, just believe in hope and prayers because, it will get better. It will get better. But you know what? No. If we win tonight, guys, yes, we will celebrate. But then, come Monday, come Tuesday, come whatever day, we'll be back looking at this team and thinking, there's so much of you that still needs to go. You might have turned up for that match, but try and know that didn't change anything, yeah? And I think that's where hopefully the change in the mentality of the fan bases as well. We should have all learned from that, every single one of us. And saying that though, I don't even actually know. I'm not going to say it because people say, why are you doing this on match day? But I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. Because there's something else we should have learned as well from that, though, because everybody was like, cheat Ten Hag because he won the match, right? Even though everybody was saying for him to go. Yeah. So I'm just going to say...
It's a dangerous road. It's a dangerous road.
Shouldn't we learn from that? Though? Well, anyway.
It's a dangerous road. It's a dangerous road you're heading down. It's a dangerous road you're heading down on match day.
It's match day.
I thought you caught yourself. You caught yourself. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. As Dwayne says, it's positivity time. It's our time. Champions League at Old Trafford. Believe. Glory, Glory, Man United. Bruno, Cass, Maguire, Ahmad, Xerxes, Ghana. It's time for a Manchester United rebirth arc. Indeed, it is. Speaking of Maguire, I'll find this in a second. But yesterday there was a story. I think it was from Paul Hurst of the Times. And it was one of those ones when we've seen this quite a lot over the last year. I think it's like the last year or so, of a list of players that are untouchable. Effectively, these players are untouchable, and it was like these players. And the names on that list were actually unbelievable. Right, here it is. This is the one.
The one from back in the day. I remember who was on that list. Oh, I remember. Is that the one that you talked about?
No. This is a new one. This is a new list of people that are deemed irreplaceable at Manchester United. Now, there's 3 names on there you would expect, and there's one which you've gone, what? So this came from Paul Hurst from the Times. Players deemed irreplaceable at Manchester United: Bruno Fernandes, Ahmad, Ladioro, and Harry Maguire is deemed irreplaceable at Manchester United.
I'm not against it. You're going to hear something that I don't think I would have ever said. I think it's true. Right now, who's for our team? Who's doing what Harry Maguire does?
I suppose this is the point then. As of today, as of Wednesday, the 21st of May, 2025, is he irreplaceable right now?
Maybe they used the wrong word. Yeah, maybe they used the wrong word. But he's of great importance to us. Surely he's like one of the first names you put on the team sheet now, though, Owen. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, as of today, I'd have him. I think he starts tonight. Look, in the Europa League campaign, how important has he been? Go all the way back to the start. Header against Porto. He got that late equalizer. Obviously, he scored the goal against Lyon. Obviously, against Bilbao, he's crossing it into the box, shimmying, putting it in. So he's had a great campaign.
What defenders are doing that though? What are doing that though?
He had the ball in the back of the net against Chelsea. He had the ball in the back of the net against Chelsea.
They need to sort this offside. We'll talk about that another time because this offside thing is starting to piss me off. Yeah?
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Because when you make a run, right? I know your shoulder's gonna be off, but they need to start doing it by feet. I think they really should start doing it by the feet because anybody trying to make a run, you're going to start running. It doesn't really give you that much of an advantage if your shoulder's in front of the other person. This is stupid now. This is actually stupid. But anyway, Harry Maguire scores, bro. He's a goal-scoring defender. Imagine that. He's kind of irreplaceable, bro. Who does that? He scores bare goals.
Well, and this is the other part. I suppose it depends how you look at the word irreplaceable, because that could mean a lot of things, couldn't it? I mean, some people look at that and they say, well, so he said that Maguire should be starting every single week and he's the top defender at Manchester United. No, he can be irreplaceable from the point of view of in and around the training ground or in and around the squad. He's good to have around. He's a leadership-like figure. He was the captain previously. There's not a lot of leaders at Manchester United, and he's irreplaceable from that point of view. Because it's probably the company of player that they've listed that with. Where you go, Bruno, you go, well, of course, you'll be in the Championship without him. Ahmad, a breakthrough player this season, he's unbelievable. Lenny Oro, generational talent. Real Madrid were after him. We've seen this season, even in the games that he has played, and he didn't have a full start and injuries and changes. He's getting better and better, and he's still only 19. He's going to be unbelievable in 5 years' time. And then you go, Harry Maguire, you go, so like Robin Williams, what year is this? What year is it? It's 2025. He's irreplaceable. But I suppose it can mean many different things. He might just be irreplaceable of like, well, actually, no, if he did leave, in and around Carrington.
I feel like they've used the wrong word there. Instead of irreplaceable, maybe they should have said like, you can't clone him. Like, what's the word? That you can't clone
one of a kind.
Yeah, one of a kind. The one of a kind. I think there's a better word for it, but I'll find it. But do you know what? That's the kind of situation I think that you find yourself in with Harry as well. The fact that he's not only still here, by the way, but the way his career's gone at Manchester United, the way we turned on Harry Maguire, the way he's knuckled down, the way he's probably a good lad in terms of like in the dressing room as well. You can see that he gets along with most of the players there as well. Yeah. And he's got English tats. So I can see that he's quite a good role model as well. That's another word. There's a good role model to have in the club, and he can't be cloned. His journey has been quite unique here as well, and I think he does set a good example of what it takes to be a good Manchester United player as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe actually just looking at it, I suppose they named a player for every position. Maybe that's what it was about. Maybe it was about, look, Bruno midfielder, Ahmad forward, Euro defender, Maguire striker. So that's probably why, you know, that.
No goalkeepers. No goalkeepers.
No goalkeepers. But Maguire in this Man United team is actually striker. You know what I mean? He should be playing up front, you know, because he's goal scorer. So that's probably why.
Multifaceted.
Multifaceted, plays up front. You know what I mean? That's what it was. Yeah. So maybe that's what it was. It was just he's going to be striker. I mean, gets ball in the back of the net, scores goals. You know, gets assists as well. Maybe it's about that. Maybe it's about that. Another super chat from Ahmad Deshan says Maguire economics is booming. Yes, look, man, Maguire. And to be fair, when it does come to him, like you said, his journey at United, it is a crazy one. I mean, I forgot until it was mentioned yesterday. Our last Europa League final, which I've kind of blocked out of my mind because obviously we didn't win the penalty shootout, the forever penalty shootout, and the De Gea stuff, what have you. Maguire didn't play in it. He was on the bench, wasn't he? But he was injured at the time, and there was this whole thing of Maguire's out injured, and when he was out injured for those last few weeks of the season, we actually noticed the difference, and there was like a legitimate kind of, well, actually, you know, if he was in that team that night, maybe it would have been a different story, maybe it would have been a different thing. So talk about a level of redemption, you know, someone that, like you said, has been booed, he's been stripped of the captaincy, taken out. And then this evening, he could win a European trophy with Manchester United. It's not a bad story, is it, at all?
The redemption arc is crazy with Harry Maguire, yeah. He was literally flogged through the streets by Manchester United fans. You might as well say the way we treated him, yeah. And now he's turned around and we're cheering him back, yeah, cheering him back through the streets. So, you know what? That's what it feels like now. Because if anybody badmouths Maguire now, I'm like, you shut up, bro. Well, before, I was the one badmouth. You know, everybody could call him whatever they wanted. I was front of the line. Yeah, but to be honest with you, I really appreciate it. And thank you, Harry. Thank you for not turning your back on us when we turned our back on you. Yeah, well done, you. Well done, Harry.
Minna says it's crazy. It's crazy that Darmian and Mkhitaryan won our last Europa League title, and now they're both in the Champions League final. I know. It's madness. That's crazy. I mean, when I saw them playing for Inter in those Champions League semi-finals against like Barca, I was like, bloody hell, I couldn't believe they're still playing. I was like, Darmian Mkhitaryan.
Mkhitaryan for sure, I thought had finished. Yeah, I didn't even know he was still playing. Oh, I'm gonna watch that now.
That is honestly mad. How many likes are we currently at? We're less than 100 likes to go until 500. So if you haven't already, click the like button. We've still got over 1,000 people watching. So click the like button. Let's see if we can get to 500 for Europa League final day. Also, be sure to subscribe. As I mentioned, there's going to be a lot of content dropping today, obviously from Flex and Josh out there in Bilbao ahead of the final this evening. Reminder also, I'll be live this evening for the match view. Not 2 hours before kickoff as per usual, but 3 hours before kickoff. And in the first hour, I think Minna is actually joining me. That's what she said in the chat last night, but she might have changed. That might have changed, you know. I mean, I'm not over that. I mean, Minna got the award, you know, the Football Blacklist Award. I didn't get an invite. I still don't understand why I couldn't really get invited to that when I wasn't nominated. I feel like I'm, you know.
I think you know, Owen.
I'm a pioneer. So, you know, I thought that was what it would be, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't hold grudges.
Saying anything. No. It sounds a little bit underpaid to me, Owen. I think you should take it up with HR, bro. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I just, you know what I mean? I just thought, you know, given my background, you know, my heritage, I thought, why not? But whatever.
When I'm real bad man.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You better watch out.
because we have come for you.
That's me. You know what I mean?
And make them know, say what? A Jamaican you talk to.
That's me. You know?
You know, next time you see them, you got to give us some licks, fam.
Yeah.
Rastafari, lick him up, Rastaf, lick him up.
That's me. Right? That's me. That's been me this evening.
But you don't recognize it, Owen, man.
I don't know.
recognize
Yeah,
it.
I don't know. I don't know why they do.
Change the studio colors to Jamaican colors. That's what you change it all.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's what I need to do. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Casemiro. Let's talk about Casemiro tonight. Casemiro. He's played 8 European finals. He has won 8 European finals. Big game, Miro. Yeah.
Big game, Cass.
Big game, Cass. Is he going to be one of the people to make a difference this evening, do you think?
Instrumental. He's going. Look what he's done for us every single European match so far that he's been involved in. Yeah, he doesn't want to lose this again. He thinks it's probably the last European competition he might be involved in. Actually, no, he's going to be here for the. He's going to make sure that the last European competition he's involved in is the Champions League. That's what he's doing. Yeah, he's like, no. This is supposed to be Manchester United. I'm a big boy player. We don't do these little boy competitions. Can we just get into a good one now so that I can end my career good? Because you men are dragging me down. That's what it is. Because he looks angry.
Yeah.
Over on KG's channel, someone said that, you know what? Yeah, we better be careful that Casemiro don't get into a fight and slap up Garnacho, because the way he looked at him in the last match was like, boy, if you do that again, I'm gonna slap you. He's the guy that on the pitch right now, especially when it comes to Europe, he's looking at these players like, you better not. We cannot. And if you do, you saw me grapple people's necks before. It'll be you in the dressing room. Yeah, no card needed. I think he's gonna drag us through this so much. It's his attitude that's coming through. It's coming through.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's just something about Casemiro, European competitions, European matches, that the Real Madrid gene switches on. And we saw against Leon, almost single-handedly, he was driving us forward, putting the ball in the box for Maguire. He collapsed to the ground, and it's just and actually, we talk about Maguire and turnarounds. Casemiro, he deserves huge credit. Yeah, huge credit, because when Ruben Amorim first came in, it was something like the first 14 games he played only a couple of times, and he was once again on his way out. Fast forward into like the second half of that, the next 14 games, he played like 12 of them, or literally started every game that matters. He starts. Ruben Amorim clearly has been won over by him and trusts him explicitly, to the point that, and there was, I think it was against Bilbao when he got substituted off. He came off, and him and Ruben, they were like big hugs, like pushing each other, showing that level of intensity. Because this is the thing as well. I mean, obviously, we talk about Ruben in these press conferences, and he's the poet and he's a bit of a smooth talker or whatever, but you get the impression he's a very intense guy. This guy came out in the last Europa League game, he had literally plaster on his knuckles. He's punching walls, punching TVs. He's that angry. Yeah. And the thing is, when it comes to that, that's the kind of intensity you see from Casemiro. And you want to see more of from players in this team. You don't want them. Are they going to be willing to punch walls? Yeah, that sort of like
grit. Yeah,
pushing, fighting
in a minute.
Yeah, and we need that. We need that. We'll need that this evening. And one of my predictions is Casemiro is going to score. Casemiro is going to score this evening.
Okay, so who you got? How much goals do you think we're going to score tonight?
I was thinking initially, you have 3. Initially, I went with a 2-0, and KG said no, there'll be a little bit of, because we always concede. So I conceded to that. I said, okay, I'm going to go with 2-1. 2-1, Casemiro to score first. That is my prediction. I think we'll go 2-0 up, and then we'll concede, and it'll be edgy. It'll be an edgy last couple of minutes. I think that's what will happen.
I think the opposite, I feel like we'll be edgy. We'll be playing rubbish at first, like we always do. And then they might score first. They're quick out the blocks. And then, like you said, maybe Casemiro scores first. And then he rallies the troops. And then it all turns around. Bruno, bow. Hoyland, bow. It's over. Yeah.
Outstanding. Remember, outstanding.
I'm going to find a sound clip for it. Outstanding. Yeah.
Outstanding. Andre Onana, man. Andre Onana.
Don't say any. What? He's gonna be outstanding. I can record it myself. He's gonna be outstanding.
You can get like a really deep voice one on it, like a Thanos voice, outstanding, something like that.
You've got that in it. You've got it.
I've got it. I don't know if I haven't tried it on this before, so I don't even know if it works. Because I've got the soundboard now. I can control it using like everything on here, but I don't even know if it works, wouldn't it?
Outstanding.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I have to do. There you go. Easy, no problem.
We pull up. Outstanding, Owen. That's what we're doing.
Exactly. That's what it'll be. That's what it would be. I'll go do it again.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
I need more vim for you. We're gonna have to practice this off stream. Yeah, I need more vim for me. We need like a wrestling entrance. You know, like announcer. Outstanding. Come on, give it some grit, bro.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Something like that. Well, let's just hope Onana doesn't go through his legs. I'm like, oh, outstanding. Shit. Yeah.
Oh, this could go against us now. Outstanding. Okay, either way. We can use it either way. Don't worry about it.
Either way. Dwayne says, Monk, Cass, header in the 25th minute. He's a leader. V33 says 4-1, 4-2 win to Man United. We're going to touch them up. I would love if it actually was, like when we played Bilbao in the semi-finals where we were really nervous going into those ones. But by the time the full-time whistle came around in the first leg and in the second leg, we were like, you know what? Really comfortable. 3-0 and 4-1 on the night. Who's to say it can't be that? Because we said earlier on, what did we learn? What have we learned? We learned in that Bilbao game that going into it, this was the best team left in the competition. They haven't conceded goals. Fourth best team in the league, and they're qualifying for the Champions League. We put 7 goals past them. Who's to say that actually it might be more comfortable? Who's to say that we might get to the end of the game and be like, actually, yeah, it was very comfortable. We're different in Europa.
It's not just that we're different in Europa. It's that, see that what you keep on saying? What did you learn? Yeah. Now, one thing I have learned this season about Manchester United on a whole is they're not as bad as they let on to be. It's like they're doing this on purpose. Do you understand what I mean by that? You guys ain't as shit as you let on to be now, bro. You guys are playing games with me. That's why Ruben Amorim gets so pissed off, even after a win. He's like, yeah, no, these guys are pissing me off. And you can see why. Because, like, when you say to a child, I know you can do better than what you're doing, you're choosing to do bad in school. Stop hanging around with them bad kids. What's wrong with you? Yeah, you're better than this. That's what he feels like. And you know what? You have to get rid of the trash players that don't want to listen to you. Because I can see that you're better than what you're doing. You're just not turning up because you don't want to. And that's what I've learned. These criminal players are actually better than they're letting on. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and this is what this will be on another level. Yeah, obviously this is an Arsenal fan. Says everybody got red cards: Sociedad, Bilbao, and Leon. When we win, yeah, that level of saltiness, that's going to be even higher. You saw it earlier on. You saw the graph earlier on. This is the teams. The teams that
you're the most disgraceful ones on this list of Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
That 20 and look, the funny thing is, Owen, if you've been anywhere close to KG's channel, there's one on the channel that actually wants Spurs to win, and he's happily saying it out of his mouth. Come on, you Spurs.
That is disgraceful. That's disgusting.
He said it out of his mouth. He said it out of his mouth on the channel, backing them. Yesterday on the stream when we had 3 Arsenal, we had 3 Tottenham fans against 3 Manchester United fans. Yeah. He pulled up for the Tottenham team as well. Made it 4 against 4.
Bloody hell.
Imagine that. Imagine an Arsenal fan coming to back Tottenham fans. How shameless is this?
God.
Could you imagine, to be fair, Liverpool for anything? Would you back Liverpool for anything?
No. No.
Anything.
Never.
So I'm saying they could be playing Man City. I'm still backing. I would want Man City to win it over them. I think that's why we haven't cared so much that Man City have been winning games. The minute Liverpool win, we're like, now we hate it. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, Man City haven't really been pissing us off that much. Let's be real. But if Liverpool win, and the way that they've won, it's pissed me off this season. They've won way too comfortably, and we've been able to do nothing about it. This is another reason I think that. Anyway.
Yeah, that would
He
just
has
be.
to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and look, and I tell you what, tonight as well, if they went down to 10 men and we got like a jammy own goal or a penalty or whatever, I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love it. Because I want it.
There's a reason why we got those red cards, though. There's a reason that there were red cards in that game. You know, we've been forcing this issue. People want to foul us because we've been putting the pressure on them. You know, it's not like we didn't create those scenarios, Owen, in order to get these players sent off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So there you go, guys. The Europa League final is tonight. Bilbao. It's Bilbao or bust against Tottenham Hotspur. We'll be live, as I mentioned. I'll be live at 5 p.m. with Minna and KG, Marcel, and Jay Blank are going to be joining me for the match. Yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be epic. We're going to win. It's going to be fun.
What's it going to be? Do the voice.
Outstanding.
That's what it's going to be, yeah? That's what it's going to be this evening. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. You'll be redirected to KG for Reckless Sports, for Reckless Breakfast. Yeah, you can call in on his channel as well if you're feeling excited for this evening. Stay tuned as well because there'll be more from Flex coming up today. And a reminder, 5 p.m., I'll be live 3 hours before kickoff, right? We're going to do this. What are we going to do, Flex?
We're going to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Right, we're out of here. Peace.